Hello guys, I'm Shlok and you're watching Tech Burner. Moto G5 Plus and the Nokia 6 are both fairly new devices and they both aim at providing a simple yet powerful experience. So let's go ahead and compare both of these. From the outside, both of these devices look quite polished and also premium at the same time. Both of these devices have the mid-range phone essentials like the fingerprint scanner or the 5.2 and the 5.5 inch screen or a headphone jack. The Moto G5 Plus looks quite slick. It has a metal back and the sides are all plastic, but it all melts down to provide a nice feel in the hand. I can definitely say that it is one of the better looking devices when it comes to the mid-range bracket. But right now we are comparing it with the Nokia 6, and Nokia 6 has the best design when you compare it with any other mid-range phone. It has a 5.5 inch screen with rounded edges that melt directly into metal and an all metal body finish that looks quite premium. The antenna bands in the corners also fit quite seamlessly. So the build quality on the Moto G5 Plus might be great, but the one on the Nokia 6 is top notch and I don't think any other mid-range bracket phone can beat it. When we compare the camera on both of these devices, on paper it looks like Nokia is the clear winner with a 16 megapixel rear camera and the 8 megapixel front. But when you actually use both of these cameras, you won't take much time in deciding which one's better. The camera on the Nokia 6 is in no way bad or even average. It has a decent camera that captures detailed photos and natural colors, and the 1080p videos that it captures are also quite sharp but have a little bit of smoothing at the edges. Whenever most reviewers talk about the camera, they don't give much of an insight to the stabilization on the device, and when you're recording video, that makes a lot of difference. So the video has nice quality and the stabilization is kind of okay-ish. But when you're comparing it with the Moto G5 Plus, which has 4K video recording, 1080p at 60 frames per second, has a bigger sensor and overall takes better pictures in daylight and even in low light conditions, the Nokia 6 just can't keep up. The Moto G5 Plus uses the same sensor that was present on the Galaxy S7 Edge, and in the mid-range bracket, it's definitely one of the best cameras. When it comes to the front camera though, both of them feel quite similar and the Nokia one captures a little bit more detail. So if you're liking this comparison till now, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also tap on the notification bell because I keep making videos like this. When it comes to the performance on both of these devices, on paper they might look quite far. Nokia 6 has the Snapdragon 430 and you have the Snapdragon 625 on the Moto G5 Plus. But if I'm being honest, you won't notice much difference in using all these everyday applications. The multitasking on both of these devices is quite spectacular and the performance in games of both of these devices was also really good. But if you're going to play high-end games on the Nokia 6, you will notice a bit of frame stutter that is not present on the Moto G5 Plus. Both of these devices run stock Android out of the box and that is one major factor why both of these phones have quite good performance. Both manufacturers have added some software tweaks to improve the usability of both of these phones. On the Nokia phone, you can see some UI tweaks like the new launcher or the redesigned status bar, and there are some other tweaks in the interface as well. But on the Moto G5 Plus, the UI is almost stock, but you have some extra features like the Moto actions. Shake for torch or double twist for camera might sound a bit gimmicky, but when you actually use it, it's quite useful. The last thing to compare with both of these devices is the battery. On paper, both of these have 3000 mAh batteries, but Nokia 6 has a bigger screen and Moto G5 Plus has a bit more powerful processor. So it kind of evens out and the battery life on both of these devices is really similar. Both of these devices have good battery life and will get you through the day without any problems. Both of these phones are kind of like the main phones or the flagship, you can even call it, of the respective companies. And one thing that is common between both of these devices is that they both provide a consistent experience, and that is not the case for most of the phones in the mid-range bracket. And we have seen in the past that a very powerful processor or some extraordinary features don't make up a great phone. You can take the Moto G first generation for example. It didn't have the best of the specifications or the best of the camera, but provided a great consumer experience, and that is true for both of these phones. So I will leave you guys with this. You can't go wrong with either of these phones, and doesn't matter which one you choose, both of these phones will provide you a great user experience. So that was kind of it for wrapping up the video. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel because I keep making content like this, and you can also watch some previous videos on this channel.